Detective Tessa and the Case of the Missing Mustache. In the quiet town of Slowville, where everything moved at a leisurely pace, lived a brilliant detective named Tessa. But Tessa wasn't just any detective, she was a turtle. Detective Tessa had cracked many a case with her sharp mind, and although she was slow on her feet, she was always 2 steps ahead in her thinking. One sunny afternoon, just as Tessa was preparing for a nap, there was a frantic knock at her cell door. It was Sam, the town's barber, a frantic squirrel who looked like he had just run 100 miles. "Tessa, you have to help me," Sam said, his tiny whiskers twitching with panic. "It's gone. Vanished. Poof." Tessa blinked slowly, her detective instincts kicking in. "What's gone, Sam? You're nuts again." "No, worse. It's Mr. Snappy's mustache." Mr. Snappy was the town's proudest alligator. He wasn't just known for his toothy grin, but for his magnificent, twirly mustache that he waxed and combed daily. It was his pride and joy. Mr. Snappy's mustache? Tessa raised an eyebrow, or she would have if turtles had eyebrows. "Yes. Gone. He came in this morning for a trim, but when I turned around to get my scissors, bam! No mustache." Sam threw his little arms in the air dramatically. Detective Tessa grabbed her magnifying glass and her trusty notepad. "Don't worry, Sam. I'll crack this case wide open, slowly, of course." Tessa arrived at Mr. Snappy's house, which was an old log by the river, and found the alligator sulking on his porch, his upper lip bare and trembling. "I'm ruined, Tessa. My mustache was my whole identity," he wailed, sniffing dramatically. "I look like a giant, green lizard without it." Tessa squinted through her magnifying glass at Mr. Snappy's face. Interesting. Let's retrace your steps." "Well," Mr. Snappy began, "I woke up, did my morning stretches, waxed my mustache, went to the barber, and then, poof! It was gone." Tessa scribbled in her notepad. "And you didn't feel anything? No suspicious tug? No sudden breeze?" "Nope, just 1 minute it was there, and the next, it was as if my mustache vanished into thin air." Tessa scratched her chin. This was a tough one. Who could have a motive to steal such a grand mustache? Suddenly, a rustling sound came from a nearby bush. Tessa turned her magnifying glass toward it and, with the stealth of a slow turtle, approached. "Who's there?" she asked. Out popped a tiny frog, Hugo, nervously fidgeting. On his tiny face was Mr. Snappy's mustache. "Hugo!" Mr. Snappy gasped. "Why do you have my mustache glued to your face?" Hugo turned bright green. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to steal it. It just looked so dashing, and I've always wanted to grow a mustache, but, you know, frogs. We can't. I saw it fall off when you sneezed, and I panicked. I thought if I gave it a try, maybe I could be dashing like you." Mr. Snappy's mouth dropped open. "It fell off when I sneezed." Tessa chuckled. "Mystery solved. Your mustache wasn't stolen, it was just loosened by a strong sneeze. And Hugo here, well, he borrowed it." Mr. Snappy's mood lightened as he looked at Hugo, who was trying to puff out his chest and twirl the mustache like a true gentleman. Hugo, you don't need a mustache to look dashing. It's all about confidence. Really? Hugo asked, blinking his big froggy eyes. Absolutely, Mr. Snappy said, patting the frog on the back. But I do need my mustache back. Hugo sheepishly handed over the mustache, which Mr. Snappy reattached with a bit of glue and a lot of pride. As Detective Tessa slowly made her way back home, she smiled. Another case solved, another mystery unraveled. And as she snuggled back into her comfy chair, she thought, not all cases are as hairy as this one. But I love a good mustache mystery. The end.